And if I told you once, I ain't gonna tell you twice. Sup, broke 'em. Salute all my real ones. Yeah, look, man, we built a Mandalorian jetpack Hackalorian Chapter 5. I know I saw, like, I didn't react to this. I saw another video from these dudes where they basically built a lightsaber, um, or, the closest thing to a lightsaber that they could build. So, I really want to see this. Plus, I mess with the Mandalorian. I'm not really a Star Wars fan. I was about to say Star Trek. That would have been like 1,000 dislikes. I'm not the biggest Star Wars fan. Like those movies is cool to me, but I mess with the Mandalorian. So, trying to see him build a jetpack about to be fire. Before we do that, like button, subscribe button, notification bell, press those. Let's go.
That video is available early, as in right now, exclusively to our members. If you're not already a member and want early access to all our videos, click the link below. We saw a lot of you guys talking about this t-shirt in the comments below, so I'm excited to announce that we've actually released a limited edition Hackalorian t-shirt. Just visit Hack. Obviously some things we just can't do. As a channel, we've made a ton of episodes attempting to fly like Iron Man. I even had the opportunity to travel to California and take Richard Browning's jet suit for a quick test. But unfortunately, a real working jetpack just isn't in the cards for us, yet. Especially one as compact as Mando's. But the suit just wouldn't look complete without this awesome tech strapped to his back, so we're still gonna push forwards, and I'm sure we can find some way to work in a bit of fire. And of course, his missile. There's no one I trust more when it comes to jet engines, so Bogdan is gonna take it away.
We need to find a way to fit all these components and parts inside a Mandalorian suit. We have the power pack for the flamethrower, the speed controller and batteries for the grappling hook, as well as the Arduino that controls the entire suit. The best place to hide it is going to be in the jetpack, because it is essentially just a backpack. We also need to make room for all the jetpack components themselves, and that, my friends, is a lot of parts.
You know, one of the most rewarding parts of growing Hacksmith Industries is building an amazing team of talented people to create projects. Plus, we have a ton of fun along the way. That's why I love playing AFK Arena, and I've played AFK for quite a while. With these heroes are endless. When I need a break for free, freaking fire, download bonuses team with a... So what are we looking at here, Bogdan?
So this is the backing plate.
If jetpacks were real, or you could just go scoop on that Walmart, would you use it? Like, rolling around in your own jetpack. Like, man, I don't know. I feel like a bunch of 80s sci-fi movies, like, had us believing that you know what I'm saying, the future was gonna be all super teched out. And electric cars still haven't even taken over from regular cars. Like, Back to the Future had us thinking we'd have flying cars and hoverboards, and you know what I'm saying, time travel would be possible. Like, I don't know, but like, this is crazy. So let's keep on.
For the jetpack, and I'm kind of thinking to mount the speed controller somewhere in the middle since it's the largest component, and then the batteries kind of fit just on the sides there. The control board and the Arduino can go right in the middle, and that clears up space on the sides, because on the actual jetpack, he's got these two cylinders, which we can just, substitute for our flamethrower components.
Flamethrower, nice,
Yeah, so these will fit right there. Probably get some hose clamps that are easy to remove, so you can take these in and out. And then the only other thing is the two valves for controlling the flow. Okay. So those will go up there.
Awesome. And how is this going to stick to my back?
I don't know, I was thinking straps or something.
I'm going to be integrating this kind of harness thing into the costume.
Okay.
I think what we can do is basically almost make an interface plate off the back that your jetpack thing can quickly be attached to. Because the problem is Mando doesn't wear the jetpack like a backpack. So it's literally like floating off of his back.
So I'm thinking maybe add some mounting holes up here,
Yep.
and then use some kind of quick clips or some wing nuts or something to secure it.
And then for the grappling hook components, the speed controller and the batteries, we're going to want to be able to use the grappling hook Ian's designing separately. So maybe we could make this modular as a sub-assembly that you can actually install into the Jetpack or remove from the Jetpack in case we want to use it just in a regular backpack or whatever else when we're doing that test.
Yeah, that should be no extra.
Yo, it's crazy. Yo, it's even crazy that they're able to like build all of this stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I tried to build the radio once, like, cause they used to like sell these kits where you could like try to build the radio, and I almost burned the building down. So, yeah, I have nothing but respect for these, cause if I tried to do it, it was like I almost got grounded for eternity when I was a kid for almost burning down the house.
Effort. I know you said you don't want it to fly. We should at least try. Like, we've got the jet engines. We might as well see what it would take to do that.
Well,
let's take a look. Okay, so we get about 27 kilograms of actual thrust out of this engine. Let's see what this entire thing weighs.
Okay. 8.5 kilos.
Okay, and you weigh how much?
About 65 kilograms right now.
And then the armor.
Probably about 20 kilograms.
And Ian's grappling hook winch, that's probably another 12 kilograms. And the flamethrower.
All right, so what's our weight budget? 112.5 once he finishes the calculator.
Probably 112.5 kilograms. Let's just round that up to 115. And we want about a 70% throttle ratio. It's about 165 kilograms of thrust that we need. Divide that by 27 kilograms per engine. Okay, so we need about 6 jet engines. Theoretically, if you had 2 in your backpack, 1 on each leg and 1 on the arm.
You know what that reminds me of?
Iron.
Richard
Gravity's jet suit.
Yeah, we'd actually need more jet engines than them because they only have 5. Okay, so I guess the jet engine and trying to fly is probably not very practical.
Could we at least make this look more like a jetpack?
Yeah, so what I was thinking is in chapter 1, we had these blowtorch nozzles, and these just run on propane. We have propane on the system, so that's not an issue. Fairly easy just to attach these to the bottom, and the flame looks exactly like the one in the movie.
In season 2 of The Mandalorian, we see the jetpack fly by itself, where the jet engines actually have thrust vectoring, not unlike a SpaceX Starship.
Right.
Could we do something like that?
Yeah, I think so. Pan-tilt mechanism for these would be fairly simple.
Well, let's do that.
Cool, so I'll get...
Listen here, smart guy. I don't appreciate you just saying, yeah, you know, torque vectoring, that would be pretty simple. We just slap on this and get a Radeon 5600 there and put an AMD, put a flux capacitor over here. Like, I'm joking around right now, but like, cause this is like truly interesting to me. Yeah, I'm gonna need a drink though. Cause these dudes, bro, these dudes.
Get to designing this, I'll finish all this up, and I guess I'll get Ben to design a pan-tilt mechanism for this.
Let's make it real.
Awesome, let's do it.
Thrust vectoring is much simpler than it sounds. Any engine applies a single force in one direction. What thrust vectoring is pivoting the engine to change the direction of the force to allow you to steer. In our case, we won't actually be flying, so we don't need to steer, but we still want it to look cool, just like me. I bought this simple servo pan-tilt module for 20 bucks online, and I need to go into SolidWorks and design a mounting bracket to mount this gas nozzle to this servo. Let's hop into SolidWorks.
In order to mount all the pieces, we first need to drill all the mounting holes. The holes are done, now it's time to bend it to its final shape. All that perfectly even.
So this is my thing. They got all this technology, but in Mandalorian, it was some chick in a suit that was able to do the same thing that they're trying to do, but all she had was a forge and a hammer. So I think we need to find her and figure out how she was able to do all this with less technology.
Next up, the speed controller and the batteries. This is the mounting plate that James asked for to make the components removable.
Those ain't Duracells, bro.
For easy wire management, lots of zip ties, and flush cutters to make sure that the zip ties, when you cut them, don't cut you. This goes right here. Before I go any further on mounting, I'm going to build the covering plate as well as the 2 tubes that hold the flamethrower components.
While Bogdan works on the jetpack, I'm going to be designing a PCB. It's going to control the thrust vectoring nozzles, the whistling birds, the flamethrower, the missile, and it's all going to interface with the button pad I made back in Chapter 1. I'm using Altium Designer. You can take a closer look at this PCB using Altium Viewer. Let's get to it. Throw these servo mounts over here. All right, this is looking pretty good. It's a good thing I added all those extra buttons because this PCB has a lot of outputs.
Well, thank God, yeah. You know, always could use more buttons.
If you want to learn about our design, check out our schematic at maker.io. PCBs are still something we outsource, and there's not a better, faster, more affordable place to go than JLC PCB. They offer great board.
The cover will complete the jetpack's look. The jetpack cover is the most complicated piece of this build. Multiple angles and different shapes. If I don't get this right, the whole project will suffer. And that's a 50-degree bend, so that's gonna go this way. That's everything. Let's go weld it.
So wait, so now
That's the backing plate. Next, we need the round
tubes.
tubes to hold the propane, the fire extinguisher, and the rocket.
So not only is he good with his, you know, just building stuff, like he could weld and all that stuff. And I need to step my skills up, bro. Damn, man. I just know how to do this. Play with the remote. What am I doing in my life?
Now, we just have to roll them, similar to what we did with the flamethrower gauntlet. Time to weld. That's one. Let's do this one now. These tubes are done now, and I've made a duplicate.
Well, who would have thought that building a jetpack was going to take this much work? Not me. I just thought, you know, throw a little steel, put a little, you know what I'm saying, go to the deli. Yo, if you leave it to me, I'm going to go get a cardboard box. I'm going to go to the deli and buy a bunch of lighters, put the lighters together, like find like a long piece of string, keep one lighter, light it up, you know what I'm saying, have it on my back, and then just, you know what I'm saying, I'm out. Like, this is a lot of effort, man. I think mine would be better.
In order to hold the propane tank as well. Next, what we need to do is attach these caps on the end to hold the propane tank and the fire extinguisher tank from falling out. Then, we're going to weld on this bracket here, which will actually hold the solenoid for activating the flamethrower. But before we get that mounting bracket welded on, we have to first make a cutout for this filling port here. All right. We've got the fire extinguisher tube, we've got the propane tube, we've got the rocket tube, and the backing plate. I think we're ready to join everything. Now the side tubes. Ready? And there we go, one fully welded back plate.
That don't look sturdy at all, bro. No hate.
Next up, we need to 3D print some end caps for the top of these. Let's get those going. Alright, this thing is looking pretty good. There's still a lot of work to do, but before I get to that, I'd like to make sure it fits on James's harness. Hey James, this thing's ready for test fitting.
Ooh, I just finished making the plate for the harness, so let's see if they go together. The jetpack will sit on this kind of hook and then attach to those two bolts, and it'll actually be basically floating off my back, because this is actually going to be inside my costume. So the only thing coming out of the costume will be those two bolts and that hook, which should look really cool.
Theoretically, this should just be able to fit right onto those two hooks, and then right onto those bolts.
And I've got the wing nuts over here.
Yep.
Wow, that was pretty heavy.
There you go. How does that feel? I think it works.
So what you're telling me is that if Mandalorian was real and he'd walk past you, he'd sound like a bunch of rattling Pepsi cans? Cool. Good to know. That's a lot of work, bro.
I've just put together these two connectors, which are going to route propane to both of our nozzles as well as the flamethrower. The propane comes in here, diverges into these two hoses here, into these two valves, and that's what powers the two nozzles. And then there is basically a switch here so we can turn on and off the flamethrower where this nozzle connects to. And finally, everything connects to Caleb's PCB. Okay, I'm done with this for now. Next up, we're gonna add some more decorational pieces to this plate over here and here.
Wait, did he sandblast it? Oh no, he primered it.
Time to put together the flamethrower mechanism. Time for the final touches.
I won't lie, I might have sounded like I was hating throughout the video. That's because I'm an idiot, but this looks amazing. Like, nah, that looks fire. Like, no pun intended. It really does look like a functional jetpack. Damn, only if them were real.
I told you we'd get fire in there somehow. After 5 chapters, we're halfway through our Mandalorian series. We still have a ton of amazing content coming your way before the epic finale. And in Chapter 6...
But yeah, man, y'all already know, let me know what y'all think in the comment section just about jetpacks in general, and if they were real and they were able to make them and sell them to the masses, would you buy one? And what would you do with it? Yeah, I think I'm taking free trips to Compton, bro. That's where I want to go, man. I want to pull up on Compton. Yeah, that sounds like a great way to use my jetpack because I'm gonna make it 3,000 miles. Regardless, look, these are internal issues. Y'all already know my name is Rain. Catch you on the flip side. RCP salute. Dab on them.